Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Hescox here, trying to make a quick video on the last part of the beginning principles, mostly for all of the kids who are home quarantined right now or sick. So we've been talking about the scientific method. Make sure your Mentos lab is turned in. The question of the day: what do you think of when you hear the word technology? When you hear the word technology, probably you guys think about these iPads or computers, but it doesn't have to be iPads and computers. There's lots of things that qualify as technology. It can be medical technology. It can even be like building technologies. You're going to learn about the 3 phases of technological design, and you'll have a little bit of homework. Read Roman numeral XLII. I believe that is 42 to 43, if I'm not mistaken. And then you're going to write a paragraph. You pick any technology that you want. Talk about the 3 areas of technological design: the need, the preliminary designs, and how the improvements have happened. And that should get you your full credit. So let's go ahead and get started here. So 5 things you think of with technology. I always get computers, I always get video games, I always get cell phones. But there's lots of technologies out there. It could be different types of cars over time, like hybrids and now the new electric cars. Those are all examples of technology too. How does science become technology? Applying scientific methods to improve a device is an example of how technology happens. So, identify a need. I always talk about the original need of a phone was for communication. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Before that, we had telegraphs where they used Morse code and they would send it over wires, dot, 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 dot. Before that, you had to write a letter and it went on horseback somewhere or sometimes in a stagecoach. So the overall need of a telephone was for quick or rapid communication. You originally started where you would ring into a operator and the operator would connect you to somebody in your town so you could call and talk. They eventually had where you could call different areas. They had area codes. Eventually that all became automated by computers. And then somewhere in the 60s and 70s, the military actually developed a type of phone that could be carried into the field via backpack. Now, they were large, had a large antenna, but they did allow you to communicate easier from the field for military operations. In the early to mid 80s is when the cell phone first became around. It was very large and very, very expensive. The first cell phone was like $4,000, which is an astronomical amount at that time. Eventually, they worked down to where cell phones were smaller, and then they started getting bigger again. So you have early designs. The phone, you had the telegraph, the wire corded phone. I remember many times sitting close to the phone to talk to my friends because the cord only stretched so far. In high school, we got a cordless telephone. You could go sit down somewhere and talk on the phone. That was a big deal. Designs, you had the old rotary phones. So you want to talk about how these things have been improved. It can be like medical technicians. There's all these robots used in surgery now that are used to make them very precise. So that's the kind of things that we talk about with technology. And it doesn't have to be that. It could just be how you've improved the shovel over the years. You started with a pointy stick to a wooden shovel to the shovels that we have today that have fiberglass and padding, and they're made out of stainless steel and all kinds of fanciness just to make a shovel. So there is your homework. I hope this finds you well. Until next time, I'm Mr. Hescox. Be good, be safe.